The mines were never silent. Metal screamed. Rocks groaned. Men and women coughed in the dark. The overseers didn't care. They weren't human. The Kethran were tall, bladed like insects, armored like machines. Their whips were rods of burning light, their language a hiss and a click, and every day another human body was dragged to the slag pits. No graves, no names, just ashes and smoke. They thought humanity was broken, and for a while it was. But if you know humanity, you know one truth. We don't stay broken for long. Subscribe now and share this story, because the fight is just beginning. Deep in the lowest shaft, where the walls dripped black and the air stank of iron, a man whispered. His name was Marshall Kane. His body was scarred and broken, but his voice was steady. "We are not slaves," he told the others. "We are soldiers. Every one of us." The miners laughed bitterly. Soldiers? With what? Picks and shovels? Against rifles and ships? Kane only smiled. His teeth were broken, but his eyes burned with fire. They think tools can't be weapons. They think miners can't be killers. Let them keep thinking it, and the whisper spread, shaft by shaft, day by day. The Kethran never noticed. Why would they? Humans worked. Humans bled. Humans obeyed. That was the way of things. Overseers even joked about it, watching men collapse under ore. Fragile things, they hissed. Too weak to fight. Too weak. Always too weak, but they didn't see the eyes watching. They didn't hear drills tested louder, sharper. They didn't notice tools vanishing into the dark. Every night, Kane whispered, "Wait, when the bell rings tomorrow, we rise." The days dragged on. The overseers grew lazier, complacent. Humans bent under their loads, but their eyes were sharp. In the dark, they hid broken drills, hoarded fuel, stockpiled stones and chains. The overseers thought nothing of it. After all, slaves don't plan revolts. Slaves just die quietly. But in the dark, humans remembered who they were. It began on a night shift. The bell rang. A sound so ordinary, so routine, but this time miners didn't obey. The first overseer's skull cracked under a pickaxe. A drill screamed to life, tearing through alien plating. Black blood sprayed the walls. The revolt had begun. Humans roared. Chains swung. Rocks flew. Overseers fell, one after another. They fired rifles, burning holes through human flesh. But the tunnels were too narrow, too dark, too human. One by one, the aliens were dragged down, their weapons stolen, their screams drowned in fury. If this moment makes your blood race, hit like right now, so more people hear how humans rise when they're pushed too far. By midnight, the mines were wildfire. The Kethran poured in reinforcements. Heavy troopers, flamers, drones with spinning blades. But they didn't understand. This wasn't a riot. It was war. Miners knew every shaft, every choke point, every blind corner. They flooded chambers with dust, choking drones. They cut support beams, collapsing stone on troopers. They lit fuel lines, turning tunnels into fire. The Kethran fought with weapons, training, discipline. Humans fought with fury, and fury was winning. By dawn, The colony above the mines was silent. Smoke rose from barracks. Ash choked the skies. The garrison was gone. Only the command spire remained. And in it, Overlord Shirok, larger than the others. Armor thick as stone. Eyes burning orange. He watched the fires below. "Impossible," he hissed. "They are cattle. Cattle do not fight." But Kane stood in the courtyard, bloodied and broken, yet unbound. Behind him, hundreds of miners with stolen rifles. Shirok strode forward, plasma blade humming. "You think yourselves warriors?" He sneered. "You are vermin? I will burn this colony to ash." Kane stepped up, drill in hand. "We've lived in ash for years. Doesn't scare us anymore." The Overlord lunged. Blade slashed. Humans scattered, but Kane charged. Drill screaming, sparks flying as steel met plasma. The blade burned through his arm. He screamed, but he did not fall. He drove the drill into alien armor. Sparks, blood, a shriek of rage. Kane leaned close. His voice was a whisper. "Never mistake survival for weakness." The drill punched through. The Overlord collapsed, and the courtyard fell silent. The revolt was over. The garrison was dead. The mines belonged to humans. For the first time in years, they were free, but Kane looked to the skies. He knew the Kethran Empire would return, with fleets, with armies, with vengeance. And still, he smiled, because the miners were no longer slaves. They were soldiers, and soldiers do not kneel. If you believe humanity will always rise, subscribe now and join us for more stories like this. Share this video so no one forgets what happens when humans are underestimated. That night, survivors buried their dead. Ashes where slag once burned. Kane stood above them all. His voice carried through the silence. "Let them come. Let them bring their wrath. We are human and humans. Do not break.